welcome back to my channel where we talk all things food and fitness. But today I'm bringing you a different video, completely different, unrelated to food and fitness. It is the first day that I am going to be documenting me coming off the contraceptive pill. Some of you might be thinking, so what, why are you filming this? But I have been on the contraceptive pill for 13 years, which is a hell of a long time. So I thought I'd give you a bit of background to start off with, and then I am going to film my experience for the next 3 months so we can see whether there's been any changes from coming off the contraceptive pill, both positive and negative. I went on the contraceptive pill at the age of 15, and at the time I had incredibly painful, heavy periods. I went on the pill, which meant that I had full control of my periods and they were a lot lighter and less painful. Started off on a combined pill called microgynon, which is a combination of estrogen and progesterone, and I was on that pill with absolutely no problems whatsoever for years and years, until one day I had to go to the doctors because I was experiencing some pain. I had developed an ectropion. Don't know what an ectropion is, I'm not a doctor so I don't want to go too much into it, look it up, but it's basically when the cells start to grow on the outside of your cervix rather than being in the inside, which, as you can imagine, is incredibly painful. I had to have these cells surgically removed, and whilst I was at the hospital they advised that I change my pill, as sometimes the pill, especially the combined pill that I was on, can cause ectropions. I took the doctor's advice, I changed my pill and I went on to a progesterone only pill. And believe me, I gave it a good try, 3 months, and we just did not get on whatsoever. I gave it the 3 months as the doctor suggested, and I had to just say no, go back to the doctors, and we talked about other methods of contraception. And at this point now, my only option was to go back to my old contraceptive pill and risk the ectropion returning, or opt for a coil. And for me, at the age of 28, a coil seemed a little bit too permanent, because looking forward, I probably do want to have children in maybe the next 2 to 3 years. I decided to just return back to my old contraceptive pill and give it another go whilst I try and figure out what I want to do. Lo and behold, the ectropion did return, and I then again had to go back to the hospital to have it removed. So I have made the decision to come off the contraceptive pill. Believe me, when you're used to taking the pill every month, is incredibly scary. I have no idea how my body is going to react to this, having been taking this for so long. I have binge watched these videos on YouTube already, and people have talked about the painful periods returned, how they've been really heavy, how they've been longer, how they've had really bad acne and their skin's flared up. As you can imagine, I am feeling a little bit apprehensive. If, like me, you are considering coming off the contraceptive pill, then I thought I would just document the next 3 months to let you know how things have progressed, if anything's changed, the positives, the negatives. Who knows, everything could be completely normal. But on the other scary side, I'll be honest, I'm also worried about potentially finding out that I have something wrong with me that the pill has been masking for all these years. There's a lot to think about. Over the next 3 months, we're going to talk about my skin, we're going to talk about my periods, we're going to talk about my mood, because believe me, that can be dodgy on an average day. I will let you know the good, the bad and the ugly. I hope you enjoy this and I hope you find it useful. And yeah, I will see you probably in the next 3 weeks when my period's due. If it comes, who the hell knows? Guys, it has been about 3 weeks since we last spoke, and my period should be due in about 3 days. Possibly. So I just thought I'd give you a quick skin update before I put on any makeup for today. As you can see, I've just sort of got these red bumps along my chin, and my skin generally is just a little bit more flushed. Other than that, the rest of my skin is quite clear. I did burn my head in the sun, so I'm a little bit red, but nothing's really changed in terms of my skin. Whilst on the contraceptive pill, I would also get sort of these red bumps, and they're not really spots because they don't get like heads on them. They're just like little angry little bumps, and if I don't touch them, they tend to just go away as soon as I get my period. So far my skin is pretty much the same, nothing's changed yet, and I can easily just cover this up with some makeup. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a skin update. so you can see what my skin is like pre-period. I'm gonna stick some makeup on now, and then I'll come back and chat to you about how things have been over the last 3 weeks. There we go, so much better. And as you can see, you can barely see the spots. They're gone. Okay, so let's talk. If I was on the pill, my period would be due on Sunday. So what I did was I downloaded an app and I put in my information about my period so it could roughly track when my next period should be, and also when I was fertile. So basically when I was going to ovulate. On the pill, you don't actually release any eggs, so you actually don't ovulate, which I honestly didn't realise, and it blew my mind to think that in 13 years I haven't ovulated. I've been tracking my periods, I was waiting for ovulation day, and it came, and wow. It was actually very painful. Not painful as in unmanageable, but my lower abdomen felt like it had its own pulse. It felt like there was a vein in there that was pulsating, and I could feel it every time it pulsated. I guess it's just something that I haven't experienced for a very long time, so it was very uncomfortable. So it wasn't great, I wasn't expecting it, and yeah, it was a bit of a rough day to be honest, but once ovulation day had passed, then I started to feel a lot better. Now we're in the run up to my first period. As I said, today is Thursday, and I've been having quite bad period cramps since Monday. Again, it's like a really dull ache to a point where you actually think like, oh, I think it's gonna come today, and then it doesn't. It's fair to say I've really had to listen to my body, use the app to see where I am in my cycle, and that has helped to better explain my energy levels. So this week, the week before my period, I can say my energy has been so low. I've been quite respectful of that, and I'm not put pressure on myself, and I'm really just trying to listen to what's going on, the changes in my body, and just move my body accordingly. If I need some extra sleep, I'm getting some extra sleep. If I don't feel like working out and I haven't got the energy to do that, I've just been doing some stretching, some yoga, some Pilates and things like that. It's fair to say so far it's been a really interesting journey, from skin to ovulation to energy levels, and now I'm just in the lead up to the main event of getting my period. So what I will do is I will check in with you again when I do get my period, whenever that might be. Yeah, see how period number 1 off the contraceptive pill is going. Wish me luck. Hello my friends, and welcome to another period update, or lack of period update, because it is still not back. Today it is the 25th of June. I thought I'd give you another update. A couple of weeks after my period, I had a little bit of spotting, and I was elated, so happy. I was celebrating, I was texting everybody, and it was literally just spotting for a few hours and then nothing else. I have been getting all the symptoms of a normal period, and a few days later I had no period. This is the only day that I've actually found it okay for me to sit down and film this, because it has been so rough on me physically with the pain and mentally that I couldn't actually sit and film this video without bursting into tears, and that is just not what you want on the internet. So today is the Thursday. I have just filmed the last episode of my Getting Leany episode, and I am probably at the lowest weight that I've been in a long time, and now my focus needs to be on increasing my calories and fueling my body and sending the message to my brain that my body is a safe place for it to have a period, because your period is always the last thing on the agenda for your body for its normal function. So I need to make sure that my body is a safe place for it to menstruate, okay? I've been looking at resources online and following people who are in similar situations to get an idea of what they're doing. Also using an app to track all my symptoms, and I recently started taking my temperature every morning as well, because I don't know when I'm ovulating. My temperature can actually tell me that, so I'm going to keep taking my temperature every morning to see whether that increases, and then maybe if I get some pain I can put 2 and 2 together, maybe I'm ovulating. I don't know, I'm just winging it. Originally I was just going to post this video as like a 3-month overview, but I'll be honest, I was naive in thinking that my period was just going to come back like that, and I was just going to post in 3 months and be like, oh hey, look at me, I got my period back. And that isn't the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video first, so it gives you an overview of where I am for these 6 weeks. So I'll keep posting these videos and keep you updated. I will also link below an IGTV story that I did recently where I discussed this in depth and what I'm doing to help get my period back, and that also included some supplements that I'm taking. If you've got any resources that you can recommend, then please comment them down below, or any of the people that you've watched that have experienced this as well and you think I would find them helpful. Again, I am really trying to learn and research and understand as much as I can about this to get my own period back. So as I say, I'll continue to update you and pray for me. Let's hope that I get my period back soon and we can start to cook some babies. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you very soon.